This episode of Distraction is sponsored by Omega Bright CBD, formulated by Omega Bright Wellness, creators of the #1 omega-3 supplements for the past 20 years. Shop online at omegabrightwellness.com. That's B-R-I-T-E, omegabrightwellness.com. And by Landmark College, offering comprehensive support for students with ADHD and other learning differences. It is the college of choice for students who learn differently, and I have an honorary degree from that college. Learn more at lcdistraction.org. Hello and welcome to Distraction. I'm your host, Dr. Ned Hallowell. We found today's guest through our sponsor, Omega Bright Wellness. Her name is Peggy, and she joins me today to share her story with us. You've heard me talking for several months now about my experience with their CBD and omega-3 supplements, so we thought it'd be nice for you to hear someone else's experience with Omega Bright Wellness. So, thank you for joining me today, Peggy.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So can you just jump right in and tell us what it's been like with Omega Bright?
Yeah, it's been great. I have my particular pain is sciatica, which a lot of people suffer from. So it's very, very painful. It sort of built up over a couple of years. I mean, about 2 years ago, I had this pain and I would go for a walk and that would help.
Yeah.
But over time, that walk started to be so painful, I had to stop and I couldn't walk anymore. And then, it's sort of the old thing, like you're supposed to walk to help, but you can't walk because it hurts. And, that loop. And so it got to where basically 10 minutes into a walk, I was in so much pain. I was almost crying. I had to turn around and go back home. So
wow.
Then so it was it's over a long period of time. Some people only have sciatica for a short like a few weeks or a couple of months. I mean, mine was a whole other thing. And I also have pain on the same side. There's also like a separate knee pain that kind of all works together for horrendous pain.
And they couldn't diagnose it with an MRI as some nerve entrapment syndrome or anything like that?
No, just sciatica so far, but they are looking at doing some other MRIs for spinal stenosis. So we'll see.
Well,
yeah,
so
I don't know yet on that.
So that's when you discovered Omega Bright?
Yeah, in the midst of all of that, I had to move. Suddenly I had to move. And the thought of that and the pain that was going to cause, and sure enough, I mean, I'd move and then the end of the day, I would just fall into so much pain. And a friend of mine who was taking Omega Bright, her and her son, she said, let me bring you over some of the CBD. And I'm like, okay, I'll do anything. I'm in so much pain because I was taking some kind of high pain ibuprofen or high level, and that's really bad for my kidneys. So I didn't want to do that. I just did it out of desperation. So she brought it over. I thought, we'll see. It probably won't do much of any good, but I'm willing to try anything because I'm in so much pain.
Right.
And to my delight and surprise, it worked immediately like that. So the one great thing to me about it is that it, like the CBD, the full spectrum it works fast. So you take it and it's, the pain is gone.
Wow. So it was CBD and the omega-3 or just the CBD?
Well, when I take them both, but if I'm just having pain, the minute I just take a CBD, the pain goes away. That's
fantastic. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. For me, it works. Yeah, it really works fast and good. And so when I always keep a little bit in so if I'm going to be somewhere, like I know I'm going to be out for the day or something, I'll take one before I leave. And then I always keep a little bottle in my purse. So if I have any breakthrough pain. But I never end up taking more than 2 in a day. And that means I've really had some bad pain.
Really? Only 2? My gosh, I start every day with 4 of them, and I'm not taking it for any symptom. I'm just taking it for well-being. But just 2 of those pills, does it for you. Wow.
And I'm telling you, my pain makes me want to cry. So it's not, and I have a very high pain tolerance. So my pain's pretty bad.
Wow. So instead of getting hooked on OxyContin, you've got
Exactly. Yeah, and that would be really bad for my kidneys. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I really try to stay as holistic as I can and natural.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I like about this,
How did you discover the Omega Bright Wellness CBD?
Well, that was what I was saying before, that my a friend of mine was taking them, and they were for her and her son. And so she brought me some. She brought me both, actually, the omega-3 formula and the CBD full spectrum.
Wow.
But she said, "Oh, use the CBD full spectrum because that, helps with pain." So I just at that moment I just took that. But now I take the Omega Bright omega-3 formula in the morning, and with the CBD, and then if I have any more pain, I'll just take CBD by itself.
That's fantastic. Boy, you must be grateful to your friend for sharing that.
Oh yeah, she's a dear friend, and that's why I tried it in the first place. Or else I would be very, very skeptical. But she, I knew she wouldn't ask me to try something that wasn't going to work. So,
well, thank you, Peggy. This is terrific information for people, and it is a wonderful product. I can't thank you enough for joining.
I'm so happy to have found it.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thanks so much to Peggy for sharing her story. If you'd like to learn more about Omega Bright Wellness and their supplements, just go to Omega Bright, that's BRITE, OmegaBrightWellness.com. Distraction listeners, you will save 20% on your first order by using the promo code PODCAST2020. Okay, please continue to reach out to us at connect@distractionpodcast.com. And like and follow Distraction on social media. Remember to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already, so you'll never miss an episode. Distraction is created by Soundscrape Media. The podcast is recorded and mixed by the extremely talented Scott Person, that's with 2 S's, and produced by the also extremely talented Sarah Gurton. I'm your host, Dr. Ned Hallowell, thanking Peggy and saying goodbye for now. The episode you just heard was sponsored by Omega Bright CBD, formulated by Omega Bright Wellness, creators of the #1 omega-3 supplements for the past 20 years. Shop online at OmegaBrightWellness.com.